Alrighty. There we are. Welcome everybody to tonight's Covenant Conversations Live. We are looking at you, and as we get ourselves settled in, feel free to go ahead and share this broadcast. We want to welcome you. Hey, Katrina, we can see that you're on. We would love it if you would go ahead and share this. I'm getting my stuff up right now to share it, and we would love it if you would too. And just for an extra benefit, if you do share this broadcast, we are entering you into a drawing for a door prize. Now, you don't want to miss tonight's door prize, okay? I already know because I have one. So I know you don't want to miss one because I've got one. It's an awesome prize. I'm making sure that my share went through. Let me know that you're on. We're following the comments. And, yep, hey, welcome. You can see that I'm on with Pastor Gina and Erica for Covenant Conversations Live, and we're live on the Mentoring Movement page. You know, Covenant Conversations is also the title of our new podcast. It's only been out for not even 2 months yet. And so we like to come on and do Covenant Conversations Live every so often. And so thank you so much for joining us. Again, just let us know that you're on and share this. As we get started, I want to just give you a little overview of what takes place on Mentoring Movement. Mentoring Movement is a page that exists and is dedicated to multiplying the kingdom. And our aim is to do that through intentional discipleship. And so we use things like biblical teachings, cohorts, and then also live prayer and covenant conversations. So we're all about intentional discipleship. We want you to spiritually grow so that you can multiply the kingdom. And so that's what we do here. We're not a church. Being on or following this page doesn't make us your mentor. It just means that is what the Lord has established in our hearts to advance the kingdom. And so we want to welcome you, and we love seeing you on here. Go ahead and share this. And as we get started, I just want to tell you what we're going to be doing tonight. This is just a casual time for me to host your co-host of Covenant Conversations so that you can get to know them better. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna interview them. We want you also, hey Connie, good to see you. We also want you to post some questions for these guys in the comments. Post some questions. I would love to put them on the spot with a question from the viewing audience, okay? I've already pinged a few people that are regulars on our group for some questions. And so I do have some surprises for them in questions, but we want for you also to feel free to put down some questions. Now, I'm not going to say that there's no holds barred, okay? I'm not going to say that, but I am going to say that we welcome things in the categories of personal questions, relational questions, spiritual questions, okay? And also fun questions, if there's just stuff you want to know. We're going to keep it appropriate. Okay, I've already told y'all we're about Jesus. But we would love for you to ask questions. So feel free to do that. So as you're hopping on, share this. And we are going to put you in the drawing for a door prize if you share this and let us know that you're here. The way that you let us know that you're here is to say hello in the comments. And push that share button, and you're going to go in for a drawing. We already have a couple people that have shared it. So I'm taking down your names. We're going to draw for the door prize, and we're going to mail it to you. So that's how that's going to go. But as you're getting on, let me go ahead and take a breather, because I'm going to talk a lot tonight, and allow these guys to generally introduce themselves. So Pastor Gina, tell us who you are. You've got 1 minute or less.
Ooh, timed. I'm doomed. We're doomed already from the beginning. And I'm married to Pastor Steve Lyon. We have 2 beautiful children. Sarah, she just turned 24 2 days ago, and our son Andrew, who's 21. They're both amazing kids, and we're all together during the pandemic, living together, and for the most part get along really, really well, which has been good.
That's awesome.
I work at a community college, and I do financial aid there. And so that's pretty much, I think, an update on me.
Very good. Erica, tell us about you.
Hi guys, I'm Erica. I am married. My husband is a senior pastor, which is fun and exciting. We have one son who is 14 years old. Super excited for him. Football season just started up. It's his first year ever playing like real tackle football. And as a mom, I am excited and a little terrified with that. One being because I actually want to see if my son can take a hit. Like, is he going to get up like a champ? And the other half of me is like, oh no, like, I hope he doesn't get hurt, So, and then I work for a great company where I manage a team. Majority of my responsibilities is leadership and discipling them. So that's just a little bit about me.
Cool. So welcome. So here's what's going to happen. Okay. Over the next little bit, I'm going to interview you like this is a TV talk show. Okay. Which y'all don't know that I do actually have a mic on here. So beware because I feel very professional.
Ooh, professional.
So we're going to do that. But before I get to any questions, and again, if you're watching with us, thanks for being here. Ask us some questions, put some questions in the comments for both Gina and Erica. But before we get started on the questions, let's talk a little bit about covenant conversations, okay? Covenant conversations really is a name that God established in me in 2016. So it's a 5-year-old concept when it comes to the way that the Lord has been building in my life. And the three of us partnered together in the middle of last year with a seedling of a dream to launch this podcast. And it was a unique way that it came together, but God has blessed it. And now here we are. So tell me, Pastor Gina, in your words, tell us about what Covenant Conversation is. We know it's a podcast, but what's it about? What's it for?
It's really simply two friends connecting, and it's like you could come into our home, sitting down with us, and us sharing our life experiences. And our goal is to help other women grow and experience healing and be the best them they can be, become their best selves through our relationship with them. That's the goal.
Yep, it's relational. Hey, Laquita, good to see you. It's relational. It's fun. It's girlfriends talking. What are some of the topics, Erica, that we're tackling? What are some of the topics that we're tackling on Covenant Conversations, the podcast?
Wow. Okay. Well, the latest episode is called Iron Sharpen Irons, and it was so good that we actually felt led to take it into a 2-part series. So the first part is episode 3, and the one that we're going to be recording soon is going to be episode 4. So that's part 2. So Iron Sharpen Iron, all about what does that really mean when it comes to relationships. Our first one was called Stepping Out, right? So all about what does it mean to step out when God's calling you to act on something or say something. So it's really just topics that God has laid on our hearts. Really, even actually before you even asked us to do the podcast, it was funny. God really just laid just topics on our hearts. And then we just integrated that right into podcast topics. So we actually have topics for a year planned out, and we just speak on those truths and those experiences.
Yep, amazing. So it's just talking about the Lord. It's talking about their relationship with the Lord, their relationship with each other, and how that manifests the principles, the spiritual principles of their lives. And it's fun and it's engaging, and you guys will love it. If you have not had an opportunity to listen to any of the episodes of Covenant Conversations, the podcast, it's on a bunch of platforms, guys, but the easiest way to find it is in the link tree that's posted to the top of Mentoring Movement page all the time. When you click on that link tree, you're going to find that podcast is on Buzzsprout. You're going to find that it's on Amazon Music. You're going to find that it's on Spotify. You're going to find that it's on iHeartRadio. You're going to find that it's on all the major platforms, and it's super easy to find. So listen to the podcast, download, subscribe, follow, whatever your platform is. If you love podcasts, then you will love this podcast. It's lighthearted, it's fun, it's engaging, but also you're going to experience it that way they said, you're going to be sharpened. So we invite you to connect with the podcast and with the vision of the podcast. So share this. If you're just joining us, I can see that you're joining us. Thanks for saying hello. As you comment and share this live broadcast, you're being entered into the door prize drawing. And also you are welcome to send in some questions. So I'm going to start with some lighthearted fun. We're going to do the first round of questions. Okay. The first round of questions is going to be, this is a lightning round. Okay. Y'all can tell that I'm super excited about being a host of something. Like, I'm not on the spot for anything tonight, and I love it. So this is a lightning round. So the way that you do is I'm going to say something, and you're either going to thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up, and we all know what that indicates, so get them stretched out, or thumbs down. Now, there is no commentary, and there is no explaining. Okay, lightning round, thumbs up or thumbs down. And I'm going to resist the urge to give my opinion. So I'm putting my hand down. It's all about y'all. So thumbs up or thumbs down to socks and sandals. I can already see that these facial expressions we don't even need thumbs. So we can just read your face. Okay, thumbs up or thumbs down to Brussels sprouts. You can't explain. Brussels sprouts. Pineapple on pizza. White after Labor Day. Yard art. Yard art.
Well,
Yard art. Okay, they're telling us in the lightning round, thumbs up or thumbs down to these concepts. How do we feel about audiobooks? How do we feel about bubble baths? Seafood. Oh, they want to say something so bad. I love it. All right, if you have something that you want to ask them, put it in the comments. We're almost done with the lightning round. How do we feel about snow? Sports. And video games. Okay, so in the lightning round, we have discovered that they are not bound by your fashion rules of white after Labor Day. Okay, this is what we have discovered. They will wear white whenever they daggum want to. Okay, so we're not here to judge. We're not here to judge. Okay, and here's a question from the audience. You can only choose one flavor. You can only choose one of these flavor. Do you want chocolate, vanilla, or mint ice cream? You can only choose one.
vanilla.
Vanilla for Pastor Gina and mint for Erica. Okay, thank you for that question. So here's the thing, round two, here's how it goes. Now, if you're just joining us, we have just finished the lightning round. If you share or comment on this post, you have to share this post and let us know that you're here in a comment. You're being entered into for a door prize, and we have other door prize options later too. But we are going to go into round two. Now, in this round, Pastor Gina, you choose the topic category for Erica, and I'm going to ask her the question. And then Erica, when it's your turn, then you will pick the topic category, not the question, but the topic category for Pastor Gina, and she will answer the question. Okay? Does everybody understand? And again, you may still put your questions in. Okay, so here's the categories. These aren't hard. Okay?
That's what you say. What is
Not hard. I know that you have no visual, but I'm going to tell you, these are not hard categories. Pastor Gina, should Erica answer a question that is fun, that is about her family or her personal life, or that is spiritual? Those are your categories. Hey, Erin, good to see you. Share this post and I'll put you in a drawing for a door prize. So should she answer a fun question, a family or personal question, or a spiritual question?
I say two, family.
Category two. Erica, Here's your very serious personal question.
Ready.
Okay, here's your question. What would, and I know you just had a birthday, but I'm not going to call your age. What would present day Erica tell 15-year-old Erica in 3 sentences or less? In 3 sentences or less, what does 15-year-old Erica need to know that you did not know at 15?
That I did not need to buy everything that I saw, and I should have saved my money.
Okay. A little financial advice for 15-year-old Erica. I think there's some digging to do there. We might have a therapy on call for later. Okay. All right, good. So if your young self needs some financial advice, you don't have to buy everything that you think you need. Save your money.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so Erica, should Pastor Gina either answer the same question, or should Pastor Gina answer a fun question or a spiritual question?
We'll do a fun question.
All right. Here is your fun question, Pastor Gina. Thanks to Erica. If you were an animal, what animal would you be and why? Now you get to choose.
I would say a bear, because our family loves to snuggle, and we've been compared to bears, like when we watch TV, like hibernation or something. And also I can be a mama bear, and Steve is like a big teddy bear, and Andrew's like a junior teddy bear. So, and Sarah's more of a cat, but we're still bears.
Very interesting. So what we've learned from Pastor Gina is that the full concept that she has of bears is that they're all stuffed animals and snuggly and friendly and friendly.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
See, and I'm not here to be interviewed, but I just would have thought about different things for bears. But I agree with you, Pastor Gina, that you are snuggly and mama-ish, and that's endearing that you think that bears those are their best attributes. So Pastor Gina would be a bear.
Winnie the Pooh is my first bear that comes to mind.
She thinks that the bears are Winnie the Pooh.
Well, you need to go camping. We need to take you up to the mountains. Winnie the Pooh is not meeting you there.
That's awesome. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so next question. So Pastor Gina, should Erica answer the same question, or should she have a question from a different category? And what category would that be?
I want to know ask her the same question. I want to know her answer to this one.
Okay, Erica, this is your question. What animal would you like to be and why?
Oh my gosh, I so don't know. You set me up, Gina. We're supposed to be girlfriends. Okay, so if I had to be an animal, which one would I be? I think I would be, okay. What about, isn't it called, it's the lioness, right? Like that's like the female, because I feel like they're fierce, but they're like an undercover fierce. Do you know what I mean? Like they kind of like, they're just like, I don't know. That's kind of like my best answer. I feel like they're elegant, but there's like the side of, don't mess with me. I don't know.
Why have y'all never been past the Disney Channel version of animals? This is amazing. No, I do have to say that a lioness is a good spiritual symbolism for.
Okay, good. Because if it was going on the other side, we might have to have a whole prayer meeting right now.
No, for women leaders is good. So I can get that. So we have a bear. And we have a lioness.
Justify my bear in terms of a real
Here
bear.
it comes. Here it comes, the justification.
And bears love salmon. I could live off of salmon. And they're actually they are snuggly with their own bear cubs and bear family. So it's only outsiders that are a threat.
Oh my, you and I sound like we need to like talk to somebody.
So the plot thickens with the bear symbolism. It's also because she likes fish. So that's another reason why Pastor Gina would be an excellent bear. But I do agree that she would be protective of her cubs
Mhm.
and that is a great attribute in a bear mother. So very nice. So Erica, maybe we should pause for a moment. Maybe we should pause for a moment and allow the audience to answer a question for a door prize.
Yes.
So
Yes.
here's what's happening. Erica is going to ask a question, and the first one to answer it in the comments receives the first door prize of the evening, for which we will message you, get your address, and mail it to you. So before we show you the door prize, we're going to ask the question, which Erica has selected. Erica, do you have the question, or does Gina have a question?
We both have them pulled up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Erica's going to ask a question. As she asks a question, I'm watching the comments, and also we can look back later and see who the first one was anyway. So answer, this is on the original post on the Mentoring Movement page. So if you're not on the Mentoring Movement page or on somebody's shared post, go to the Mentoring Movement page by clicking on Mentoring Movement and answer the door prize question on the original post. And if you answer it first, you shall receive the door prize. So Erica, give us our question.
Okay, Gina, do you want me? It doesn't matter what order we go in, right? Okay. Do you want me to do episode 3 since that one's referring to you? All right. So everybody, drum roll. That was not a good drum roll. I don't have music in my blood. Okay. For this question from episode 3, and that's our Iron Sharpens Iron, part 1. The question is this: what is Gina's least favorite chore?
Dun, 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 dun.
Like it's like final countdown.
All right. What is Pastor Gina's
Least
favorite
chore?
chore? Does anybody know, based on Covenant Conversations, episode 3, the first one to put it in the comments will receive the door prize. And just so you know, all of the door prize questions that we will be asking this evening come from the podcast. So if you know Pastor Gina's least favorite chore, now I understand you're going to be tempted to tell us what your least favorite chore is, and we will accept those comments as well. But we'd like to know, if you listen to podcast episode 3, if you know Pastor Gina's least favorite chore. So we will give you time to get that in, and guesses are welcome. However, the first correct comment in the original post on Mentoring Movement will receive a door prize. So there is a guess, and I actually don't know what it is. So no, that is not true. I do know what it is. So if we see it, we'll call it out. But if we don't see it, we're just going to let the things keep on rolling in. So let's go on to other questions. Continue to put your answers in the comments. Pastor Gina's least favorite chore, I do actually know what it is. I listened to the podcast, see? But we're going to keep rolling. So it is Gina's turn to answer a question. So Erica, the categories are fun, family and personal, or spiritual. What kind of questions should Pastor Gina answer?
Oh, okay. We'll go spiritual.
All right.
All right, this is a simple yes or no one, okay? It's just yes or no. You don't have to perform it, but my question is, can you list all of the 66 books of the Bible in order?
Oh, I'll be honest. The answer is no.
Erica?
I cannot. I cannot. No, not in order. I used to years ago, but I am definitely no.
Audience, can any of you do not have to prove it, but by saying I can or no, I cannot, can you list all 66 books of the Bible in order? They cannot.
What was the song? Wasn't there a song? I was mentally going back to the song like that we used to like say.
There is a song. Okay, so here's my follow-up question. Is it important? Is that important? Erin says that she can. Erin, I have no doubt that you can. Is it an important thing to be able to do? Is it, well, let's ask it this way. Is it something that you teach your children, that you ask them to memorize and make it part of their discipleship?
Yeah, like, oh, here we go. Like, I think so. I think the reason why is because it does show a form of discipline, right? You know, like it shows that intentional purpose of really wanting to just know. And then like, just from like historical perspectives too, right? Because we know different like archaeological discoveries and for history purposes. So there is an importance definitely to it. And I think, especially at a young age, I think it's cool because it just initiates that first start of discipline, you know, and just being intentional at looking at it. So yeah, I think there's definitely pros to it for sure.
And I was going to say, I think too, like for me, I didn't start serving God until I was 19. So I didn't grow up with church or anything like that. So I have learned as an adult. So I didn't experience a lot of those core lessons and even Sunday school songs that actually instill so much knowledge into children, and then they carry it forward into their adult years. So I have felt the deficit of that in different seasons of my Christian life, where there were those who were raised in the church were basically experienced different aspects of that childhood discipleship that does help build that's the foundation as an adult when you're raised in the church.
Yeah, agreed. So Erin says she knows the song, and Katrina says that her kids know the song. So, and I agree. I think that it helps to be able to navigate the Bible. We obviously have resources that help us get around it now in adult life. We have table of contents, we have page numbers, we have Google, we have things. Listen, mentoring movement is not advocating that you need to go out and do this to get into heaven. Okay, like we're just having fun, but definitely, you know, we're big on historical context and right application of the Bible. And so it helps to know where things are in a book. So definitely there's some importance to it. I will say, since I put them on the spot, that I did learn to, as a young person, in sword drills and in junior Bible quiz, which were Assemblies of God, so junior Bible quiz, y'all know, that I did have to memorize them in order, but there have been seasons in my life where I've had to relearn it because it's one of those things. I mean, we memorized a lot of things when we were young, but it's one of those things that I've had to relearn as I've fallen more in love with the word. And so definitely a good question. So what's up, Pastor Gina? What should Erica talk about?
Okay. Let's go spiritual with her this time.
Okay. We have somebody that has placed Pastor Gina's least favorite chore in the comments. We have a winner. We have a winner. Guys, Erin has won the door prize. Should we show her what she won? Pastor Gina does not like to iron. Pastor Gina, do you want to elaborate on that?
So let's say I've burned a lot of clothes or scorched a lot of clothes. And when I was very young and first moved out on my own, I had an older iron and it burst into flames while I was ironing. It was very traumatic. And I've just never recovered.
Okay, so again with the therapy, like it was a traumatic event, and we're not laughing because we're making fun of her, but we can see why she would dislike ironing. That's all we're saying. We can see why. So let's show her. Let's show her, Erica, what she's won. Erin, this is your prize. Dun, 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 dun.
Can you see it? Look at the pretty pink on the inside and the blue. Covenant Conversations, Mentoring Movement, presented by Mentoring Movement. It's
Guys,
really nice.
we got these coffee mugs.
So cool. It's so cool.
I'm so excited. So, Erin, one of these will be coming in the mail, sis. Thanks for watching and thanks for guessing the door prize question correctly. So, if you're just joining us, share this post. Let us know that you're here. You're going to be entered for a door prize. We've already given away one door prize. That was to Erin because she guessed the door prize question correctly. Pastor Gina dislikes ironing because she's had a traumatic event. Okay. Listen to the podcast for more information on chores. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
Listen to the podcast for more information on things we don't like to do. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So let's go on to our next question. I'm asking a spiritual question to, who am I asking a spiritual question to?
To me.
To Erica. Erica, I already know the answer to this, but tell our listeners and viewers. Hey, Laura, good to see you on. So tell our listeners and viewers the answer to this spiritual question. Who is it in heaven that you cannot wait to talk to besides Jesus?
Paul. I want to see Paul.
What's the conversation going to be? What's the conversation with Paul going to be?
Oh, the conversation is going to be, man, how did you stay so strong for so long? And how did you deal with all those difficult people? Like how did you keep it together? And what was it like to actually have just that sense and that presence of the Holy Spirit to where you could just go in? I just imagine him going into places and just speaking that word with such force and conviction, and just, man, what was that like? And then to actually see people, you know, breaking before God and coming into that relationship with him. So that's what my conversation for sure would be like with Paul.
Absolutely. And so guys, if you're on here, hey, Erin, hey, Laura, hey, you guys, if you do have a question for the ladies, go ahead and put it in the comments and I'd love to ask them a question on your behalf as well. And so, yeah, definitely the Apostle Paul. And I imagine too, Erica, that mine would go something like, thank you.
I'm telling you.
Thank you for these letters, because where would the church be without these epistles?
We would be more of a hot mess than we are right now.
Yeah.
We would be in a bad spot.
Thank you for the warnings. Thank you for the doctrine. Thank you for the teaching. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's ask Pastor Gina a question. What say you, Erica? What should she say?
Let's do something fun.
All right, here's a fun question for you, Bear, Mama Bear. Describe Erica as an ice cream flavor.
Okay, good. You didn't say animal.
No, we've already known that she's a lioness.
Oh my goodness. Let me think for a second.
An ice cream flavor that describes Erica from Pastor Gina. What say you?
Oh,
And viewers, you guys feel free to describe Erica as an ice cream flavor as well.
oh
No,
my.
I ain't no diet ice cream flavor. I need the all the carbs and stuff you can get in ice cream.
I'm gonna go with, oh my goodness, this is a tough one. Oh,
See the ice cream sitting on my chin.
this is like a stumper one. All right, give me a second here. I'm I'm not that great on ice cream flavors.
What? Okay, you were banned. It's
Okay, we need an ice cream flavor viewing audience to describe Erica.
I'm gonna do Haagen-Dazs chocolate. And the reason I'm doing it, even though it's just chocolate, if you've ever eaten Haagen-Dazs ice cream, you know there is no better ice cream out there other than the stuff made on the dairy farm. And it is, I answered earlier, my favorite ice cream, if I had to choose chocolate vanilla, I would go vanilla. The only chocolate ice cream I eat is Haagen-Dazs chocolate because it is so good. It's smooth. It's classy. It's like the best in its genre. It's rich. It's just amazing. So so that's why I would say Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream, because she is extraordinary. So she gets to be in that category. There you go.
So we have some, I agree with having chocolate in Erica's ice cream flavor because she does love chocolate. And she says nothing low fat or low sugar. This is not diet ice cream. We have some flavors from the audience, which I think are good. So Eileen says that Erica's ice cream flavor is pistachio, a little smooth and a little nutty. Now, I think that's pretty classic. And I also love the color of pistachio ice cream for Erica. So I think that's great. Katrina said birthday cake flavor, which I think that would be my personal ice cream flavor because I love it so much. And then Erin said cocoa mint mocha with a hint of caramel. So that's a lot of detail.
That, Erin, this gets this. I don't know what that does for you, but that's what that gets.
And I see that Erica is saying these are a few of my favorite things. She likes all of those things. So I think that's very, very good. So let's do another one. Let's do another one of those two describe ones. And so let's describe Pastor Gina as something. We're not going to do ice cream flavor, but Erica, let's describe Pastor Gina as a song title.
Oh, man.
Okay, guys, and Jess said cherry chocolate Garcia. So audience, do this one too. Viewers, help us with this one. Let's describe Pastor Gina as a song title, all genres, but have to keep it appropriate.
Yeah, so the only reason this is difficult for me is because if anybody knows me, I'm that person that remembers literally one word out of every song. And I'm like that person that's like, like when I'm describing an actor, that one that was in that movie, that one. So that's the only reason. But so I think I got one. Okay. So the one that comes to mind automatically, all right, forgive me, it's not Christian based or whatever, but it is, it's the Alicia Keys song, This Girl Is on Fire.
I love that song.
And the reason why is because, just Gina's story and history of growing up, right? And when Alicia Keys just belts out that song, you just get like this, I have arrived and I am here and I have defeated more stuff than you will ever know and that I may never share, but I have arrived and I'm here and I'm not going back. And that's what that song reminds me of. And that's what Gina is just like, she's like, no, I'm here now. The enemy tried to take me out, but not today. So that's why I like that song for you.
Good enough. I love it. So, and if any of you guys watching have a song title that you think describes Pastor Gina, put it in the comments. Mine I would say probably something like joy to the world. Like something like joy to the world.
That one too. We used to sing it.
I mean, I know it's about Jesus, but that's what I think of. And I said this the last time we did live, that I think that she's joy on 2 feet. I've always felt that way since I've met her. So Miss Eileen said more than wonderful. So very complimentary.
Oh, that is a good one.
And Katrina said anything that's about sunshine or joy because you're always so smiley. So very complimentary of you. And I agree with all of those assessments. So very good, very cool. So I don't remember whose turn it is. I guess Gina, I think Pastor Gina, it's your turn, but let's pause for a minute before we go to the next round and let's do another door prize. So we have another door prize question. So the way that it works is that you need to go to the original post on Mentoring Movement. If you're not watching the live on Mentoring Movement because you're watching on somebody's share, click on the Mentoring Movement one, post in the comments. You should be able to post in any of the comments if you have it pulled up, and it should be right on our screen. And so you're going to answer this question first in the comments, and then you win the door prize. So Pastor Jean's going to ask the question. What is the question?
So this is from episode 1, Stepping Out. And the question is, how does Erica cope with stress?
So, according to episode 1 of Covenant Conversations, post in the comments if you remember what Erica does to cope with stress. I also know this one because why? I listen to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I listen to it. Okay. So if you know the answer, post it in the comments. If you're the first one to answer correctly, you win the door prize. And what is the door prize? Mine is actually empty, so I'm just posing. But
This lovely cup.
this lovely.
Yes.
Erin said that she knows, but she's going to sit out to be nice. Erin, if nobody answers in the next 10 minutes, you can answer again and we'll send you something else. Oh, somebody posted an answer.
Katrina.
She got
Katrina, what does she do?
She
She cleans. Yeah. Raise your hand if you wish you had that problem. Okay. Correct. When Erica, do you want to talk about that at all?
Well, all right. So just to kind of, yes, I'll talk about for like 1 minute or less. So to recap from episode 1, we were talking about stepping out and things that hold us back. And I had a really awesome conversation with one of my close friends. Was having a really rough time at work. And just really, she was walking me through how to deal with that situation. And while we were on the phone, I was cleaning because she's one of those friends. I can be doing other things while we're talking on the phone. And she was like, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm cleaning. And she said, well, do you know why you're doing that? Basically calling me out on my stuff, right? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, you're stress cleaning. And no one's ever told me that before. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, this is just what I do. She's like, no, she's like, you're cleaning because you're stressed. And it's because this is an area in your life that you can control, right? Because what's happening at work is out of your control. So I go into that in episode 1, and that was just a really awesome way that God used my friend to just really point that out and let me know I got to deal with my stress a different way. So
Absolutely. And so it's true. I do not clean when I'm stressed. Jess said, I do not clean when I'm stressed, but Laura said I do, and Katrina does as well. So you're not alone. We may all have things that we do when we're stressed that we need to surrender to the Lord. And so that is what episode 1 is about. And so you need to download it and listen to it if you have not done that, and learn about fully surrendering those places to the Lord. So very good. All right, so back to some questions. I have this round is, my phone's ringing, y'all. I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. It's on silent.
we can't.
Okay, good. Let me not answer. Okay, next somebody will knock on the door. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, the next round is this. So we did a lightning round with thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we did a category round. And this one is where you answer questions about the other person.
Okay. All right.
So, these are not hard. We'll go back to deep questions.
Always say this stuff isn't hard.
It's not hard. Jess said that when she gets stressed, she prays and she eats chocolate. We get it. That's balanced. Very balanced of you, Jess. Very balanced.
I'm gonna have to send you a picture, Jess, because my friend bought me this plaque that says I pray and eat chocolate. So I need to take a picture. I should post. I'm gonna take a picture of it. I'm gonna post it in one of our mentoring movement comments so you guys can see this plaque I have.
So let's answer. This is just to see how well you know each other. Okay, these are not hard. So because you guys are really good friends, everybody can see that and everybody knows that and relates to that. So, and your husbands are also really good friends. So you have a unique and blessed connection. So here's the thing, Pastor Gina, if you had to tell somebody else what Erica's favorite meal was or favorite type of food was, what would you say?
Do I even know?
Oh,
Everybody knows Gina's, by the way.
yeah, I'm thinking, because I mean, my first thought is anything Rod cooks.
He is a good cook. He is a good cook. Gina, it's close to yours, but cooked.
Um,
Oh gosh, I get it.
oh, I know what your favorite food is salmon.
Yes.
I know yours is salmon, but I do like it raw or as lox. Yeah, that's right. I do remember that you do love salmon. It's one of your favorites because you do always like to get it when
Every single restaurant.
it's fun.
Paula thinks that you really like Italian food.
I do like Italian food, but no, definitely like salmon is my favorite. Now, salmon's my favorite, but my favorite, like, would it be called a cuisine? Why can't I say that word?
That's a tough one.
Whatever is Indian. So like when I go, I get like the tandoor, like salmon type stuff. So, but salmon, I'll eat that every day.
Fun fact, I hate salmon. Okay, so what are we saying that that Pastor Gina's favorite food is then? What are we saying?
Well, I'm saying it's the bagels and lox if we're doing that route, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and like from was it episode 1 or episode 2 that I can't remember? I was making fun of you because I was like calling Gina so fancy. I was like bagels and lox, and I think I was saying like seltzer water. What's your favorite water? Sparkling water. And I was like, oh y'all, she's too fancy. Too fancy.
That's awesome. So they have that in common, and so Pastor Gina loves bagels, and also. Go ahead, Pastor Gina. Tell us about your bagel obsession.
I mean, it really is. I am Jewish. I grew up having bagels and lox and cream cheese and white fish every Sunday. I mean, fresh from the bakery, everything fresh. So that was our big deal thing was those meals. And I remember because we would get the whole white fish. The first time Steve had a Jewish breakfast with my family, he took the napkin and he covered up the fish because it was like the fish head. He's like, I don't want it staring at me.
That's great. So there's a question in the comments that says, what's a lox?
Lox, L-O-X.
Lox.
Smoked salmon, and it's salted. It's texture-wise is a lot like sushi salmon, which isn't cooked, but it has it's smoked. So it's still like raw fish texture. That's probably why I like sushi.
Yeah,
So their favorite, that's Pastor Gina's favorite. So that's very good. So and we did this one last time and it's really easy, but for the new audience on the public page, what are your favorite colors? Tell me Erica's. Pastor Gina.
Oh, Erica. Okay. I think
I laugh because I'm so complicated. I'm really complicated. Go ahead, Gina. Let's see if you get this.
A lot of blues. I notice you wear a lot of blues and your purses are blues, a lot of blues. And you do wear fall colors. You look really nice in like the golds. And so I would say the golds and blues. I mean, in terms of like what you wear those a lot.
Erica, what would you say?
I would say that's pretty close. I would say I don't necessarily have a favorite color, but I have a favorite set of colors. So it's like you're saying golds, but it's like the yellows and the blues and the creams and the greens. And I'm definitely that person that likes to mix colors and different patterns.
Yeah. So Erica likes variety in all things. We get that. And so that's what's going to be all of her answers. So y'all just prepare yourself. so Pastor Gina is set up for a failure in the beginning. So
from the beginning.
So Pastor Gina is a little bit more simple. Erica, do you know what her favorite color is?
Hang on. I do, but now, okay, hang on. Oh yes, purple. It's purple.
You don't get this.
It's purple. I had a moment there.
Yes. Pastor Gina's is purple, guys, and she wears it well and she carries it well, and you can be found in all places. So she loves purple. So, and here's the last one, and this is also just for our audience, and I think that it's probably easy. So Pastor Gina, do you know Erica's birthday?
Oh, she just had it. Shoot. Oh,
That's okay, Gina. Don't feel bad.
Erica's
I'm not
preparing
there.
because she doesn't know yours either.
That's what, look,
wait.
She's gonna look on your Facebook page really quick.
this is friendship at its core.
Okay.
That far away. Wait, was it? It was last month. I know it was last month.
No, it was last week.
That's so sad. I'm really bad with birthdays.
Erica, let me see if I know when your birthday is, because I can't promise us. Today's date is February 18th, and I think yours was last Monday. So would that be the 8th or the 9th?
That's
the 8th.
The 8th.
Yep.
February 8th.
Oh, I'm the worst friend ever.
Okay, let's play this game with Pastor Gina. I have not looked at her birthday either.
No, I don't even remember, but the crazy thing is I don't even remember, but I know what I got you for your birthday last time.
I'm gonna guess that it's in April. No. Well, no, I don't know. I would have guessed April. That's not right, I guess.
Mm-mm.
Who knows Pastor Gina's birthday from the audience? Because we don't know it.
This is what happens when you get older and you're just like, oh, when is it?
Y'all.
Facebook reminds you the person's birthdays, that week.
I promise everybody, we are great friends.
Paula thinks it might be in May.
She's close.
Is it in June?
Nope.
Oh, March.
Nope.
Then how is May closed? May's not closed. If it's not in April and it's not in June, then May's not closed. Come on, Dana.
It's July. It's actually 8 days before my wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
We don't know when your anniversary is, Pastor Dana.
It's July.
July.
She said, because it's 8 days before her anniversary.
Yep.
I know, Paula. I thought it was in April too. You look like your birthday's in April, Gina. Are you sure?
Sure. I'm very sure. I got the birth certificate.
All right. I'll just accept that I was wrong then. So rare. I'm just kidding. All right. So happy birthday to to Erica, who was last week, and then to Gina in July. So everybody make a note, set it in your calendars now. Don't text Erica. She does not know when it is. So.
No, isn't it sad? And how long have we known each other, Gina? Oh my goodness. Well, since
July 19th, Aaron's asking.
Okay.
that's right, Aaron. Aaron's going to keep us on track.
July 19th, she's going to email Aaron. We'll be emailing each of us to remind us. So,
But we are setting the example for how friendships can recover from not knowing each other's birthdays and how we can still be friends and
we're friends in Jesus. We're friends in Jesus, guys. Okay, we're just going to take about 5 more minutes of your time. I've got a couple more questions, but before we close, I want you to know that you can still enter for a door prize, and this is what you have to do. Share this post and comment in this post. I see some of you have just, come in recently. So hello, Crystal. Good to see you guys. And so share this live and put a comment in here. We're entering in for a door prize because we have some great gifts to mail to you or to bring to you. And so Aaron's listed all of our birthdays in the comments. If anybody wants to pray for us on our birthday, we accept prayers. Thank you. And so, but before I ask a couple of closing questions to Pastor Gina and to Erica, your co-host of Covenant Conversations, we're going to ask you one more question that you can respond to in the comments, and respond to this question in the comments. If you're the first to respond correctly, you get a door prize. I'm calling it a door prize, but we all know it's a video prize. So who has the final and third question for a reward?
I can read it if you want.
Erica?
All right. So this is from episode 2, all right, which is Just Say Yes. This was a fun episode. And this was a fun question to that we're going to ask you because we just talk about fun stuff. So the question is this: What household item do Erica and Gina chat about feeling satisfied once organized? So what is the item that once it's organized, we are just, 100% satisfied?
Once you have this organized, you have complete satisfaction.
Yes.
Hello? So if you know the answer to that from episode 2, put it in the comments. And if you're the first to respond with the correct answer, we are going to mail you
This lovely item.
Mine's empty, but it's pretty on the inside.
It is pretty.
We're getting some answers coming in. When we get the first correct answer, we'll give you a shout out. So keep those answers coming in. And we are watching for the correct answer. So I'm going to ask each of you one more question of my choice. You've been choosing the questions all night. Okay. I'm going to choose your last question.
Okay. Oh no. Gina, no matter what happens, I still love you, girl.
We're in it together. Keep those answers coming. So here's your question for Pastor Gina. Here's your question. What celebrity pastor or podcaster, meaning that they have a lot of followers in worldly standards, do you listen to or watch?
Phil Vischer, the Holy Post podcast.
Say it again.
Phil Vischer, the creator of VeggieTales.
Oh, yeah.
I
See,
really
it's interesting who we think is famous, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I love VeggieTales.
My son.
I love VeggieTales. I'm teasing. So, okay, so, and actually she's told us this before, and it is actually a great podcast. So tell us about it.
What I love about Phil is he's actually an incredible student of the word. He really, you would like this actually about him too. He really appreciates history, and he takes a lot of things that we just do out of habit, even as believers, and really breaks it down and gives you a historical perspective on it. And he did that in VeggieTales, but he also has such wisdom teaching adults, and also gets us to think outside of our own purview. And what I also appreciate about him is he can be really sarcastic and sassy, which you probably would like that too, Ashley. But negative. I think he's
Touche.
But that is like, you like that about him. That's what makes it fun to listen to him, because his heart is always, if he ever says anything that offends somebody, he really wants to make it right. Because sometimes he goes a little too far with his sarcasm, but he's very careful about, okay, if I hurt someone, I'm going to make this right. That was not my intention. That's his personality. That's what makes him kind of fun. But I really appreciate his knowledge and his diligence in studying the word, and not just being a cookie cutter Christian.
Yeah, awesome. And also, just as a follow-up, animation and puppetry and theatrics and drama and creativity is so important in your household.
Yeah. Yes.
And so in VeggieTales is a great evangelism tool. And so obviously he's creative and gifted. And so I think that that's wonderful.
And he actually interacted with Andrew on social media, he and his wife, which is really cool, because he's their biggest fan, I think.
Yeah. And so I was actually teasing, because people don't know him by his actual name. They know him by what he created. And so that's the only reason why I was saying that. I really respect the man as well. So very good. So Erin said that she listens to Karen Wheaton, who has a strong Assemblies of God background. So we're all 3 Assemblies of God. And so I'm sure you probably know Karen Wheaton. Also, she's from the South. So shout out to Karen Wheaton from my sister. And so if you have somebody that you really listen to, viewers or listeners, that you want to share, that you think would be great for other people to know about, share in the comments what they mean to you or what you like about them. And so we still don't have the correct answer on the door prize question. So you can keep on answering, even if you catch this on the replay. If you're the first one to answer correctly, this was in episode 2, and Erica and Gina had a conversation in the episode, and they said once they've accomplished this task in organization, they feel so satisfied. Like it's a household thing, and when they get this done, it's so satisfying to them. They had that in common. So one more question for Erica as we wind up. We've been on here for over an hour. We want to thank you for being on. We've had so much fun. Aaron said socks, and I'm just laughing. I wish that was correct, Aaron, because I'm going to tell you if I ever got my socks organized, but that was not actually what they talked about in the podcast, but I'm sure people can relate to it. So here is the question that I have for you, Erica, as we are winding this up. And the question is, and I already know this answer, so, but
when you're like, I already know the answer.
Because I think that I didn't pick this question for you originally, but now that I get to pick a question for you, and this is on my list, I'm going to ask it to you. So, because I think people can learn from you. And so the question is, how are you with conflict? How do you resolve spiritual conflict? And if you were going to say, a lot of people say, I hate conflict. A lot of people say, I'm terrible with conflict. Or a lot of people say, I love conflict, or I create conflict. So how are you with conflict, and how do you spiritually approach conflict?
Whew, okay. I personally feel I am great at conflict resolution. I didn't always used to be that way, but God has really just molded me and shaped me in that area, where I used to be timid and afraid. And a part of that, what he's developed in me, is just getting to the heart of the issue. So that's how I actually approach conflict resolution, because what we see on the surface, right? The arguing, the dislikes, the mean comments, the looks, right? The separation and division, all of that is just surface things that have rooted up from the actual issue, right? That's just the outward stuff we're seeing, right? The scripture says God, we look on the outside, but God looks on the heart. And what he's done is he's really taken that scripture and said, well, if he's looking at the heart of the issue, then we need to be looking at the heart of the issue. So when I handle conflict resolution, I really just start bypassing all that surface stuff. And I really just dig in and say, listen, you're expressing it this way, but why are you expressing it this way? What caused it, right? And then sometimes a conflict resolution, you have to handle it. Sometimes you can do it together if there's multiple people involved. And sometimes you have to start with like individuals. But the key that God uses me is I get to the heart of the issue. Because if you fix the heart, then what comes out is going to be healthy, right? And then that healthiness flows into every area of your life. So I actually enjoy it because I love proving people wrong. When they say I can't get over something, I'm like, no, that's not how God does it, right? God heals you so you then can, get over it, but he doesn't want you to hide it and tuck it in. So
Absolutely. So that's why I said I know the answer to that question. And I agree. I think the kingdom needs peacemakers.
Yeah.
And the Holy Spirit on the inside of us desires for us to live at peace with all people. So absolutely, a spiritual strength of yours is conflict resolution, and the kingdom needs it. So guys, as we're winding up, listen, we've spent over an hour together. And I just want to say thanks for being on here. This has been a blast. We've had a great time. A couple of things, I'm going to let the ladies say bye to you in just a moment. A couple of things as we wind down. Episode 3 is up of Covenant Conversations. Go download it and listen to it. It's part 1 of a series that they're doing on iron sharpens iron. And as you can see, we're about sharpening here. We learn from each other. We glean from each other. We appreciate differences in each other. And we believe in the kingdom. We're here to complement each other, not compete with each other. But we need sharpening. We need sharpening, and we need community. We're better together. So they broach many of those topics in episode 3. So go on and give that a listen. We will put the link in the comments to this Facebook Live. And so to be attached to all of the shares. Thank you for sharing this live. If you've shared it and you've placed a comment in the comments, you have been entered into a drawing for the door prize, which once again, these nifty Covenant Conversations mugs, pink on the inside, mine's empty. So they're actually drinking stuff, I think. So I'm not going to be drawing for that mug for at least another 24 hours so that people that catch the replay can also share this. So if you share this in the next 24 hours, you're entered in, we can track that in our metrics, and we are just going to love to bless you with a gift. Thank you for answering the questions. And I want to say that we've had 2 winners already. Erin, you'll be getting a mug. Katrina, you'll be getting a mug. But I don't believe we've had a correct answer to this question, so we'll leave it up for 24 hours as well. Paula said she thought it was the kitchen utensil drawer, but Paula,
She's close.
that's actually not the one that we're looking for. So again, the question is for the last door prize. If you're the first to answer this question correctly, this door prize has not been claimed, and it is that in episode 2, which was Just Say Yes, there was a conversation between Pastor Gina and Erica about satisfaction that they received when this household organization chore was completed. When they completed, both of them individually felt a sense of satisfaction when this household chore of organization was completed. So put that in there. So thanks for joining, guys. A couple of things we have coming up on Mentoring Movement. In February, we're not doing a series. We built some time to do this Covenant Conversations Live. I taught. The last teaching I did was the shaking, and then I did a standalone teaching on the Watchman. You need to go catch those. They're also up on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to YouTube, it's an easy way to find things in a very organized way. So subscribe to Mentoring Movement on YouTube channel, and I think that you will like those teachings. The next teaching, this will be next week, is on capacity. I meant to do it last week, but we had Valentine's Day, and you know how that went. So we're going to be doing capacity, a standalone teaching. It's not a series on capacity, and that is next week. It's on Isaiah 54. We need to enlarge our tent and expand our tent pegs and get into the solid foundation. So we're doing that next week. So, man, these are great guesses, and they are not correct. And so it's no offense. We also got birthdays incorrect for like 5 minutes. So you're no shame in being incorrect. So anyway, sign off, Pastor Gina, say goodbye to the people.
Thank you so much for joining us. And again, when you listen to the podcast, feel free to leave comments for us and share, etc.
Good. Erica?
No, hey, it's been a blast. We love connecting with you guys, and we want to connect with you guys more. So definitely hop onto the podcast, take a listen, and for real, leave comments, drop pictures. I'm real relational. That's one of the ways I love to connect. So I love seeing pictures. I love responding to comments. I'm just real relational. So feel free to do that. And then always remember the biggest thing you can do for us is just to like, share, and subscribe our podcast. That would really help us get the word out. So, but hey, it's been fun. And I've loved seeing all the guesses and stuff. And Paula, you're so close, so close.
So close. Yes, thank you guys. And the last thing that I'll say, listen, we're praying for you guys. We're obviously nationwide having a major weather event. So good, Katrina, tell the girls we said bye. So we're obviously in a major weather event. So we're joining together with all of you in prayer, believing that God is protecting you, believing that God is providing for you. We're praying for safety. We're praying for fewer accidents and a cease to these weather patterns that are causing a lot of problems. And so we just are praying for workers and those stranded, and we're joining in prayer with you. We do have live prayer many mornings a week, and I post our schedule on Sunday. So we like to gather together during the week for prayer as well. And that's in the morning time. So we're looking for that schedule. But before we go, I just want you to know we're praying with you, we're believing for you, and we are mindful of you, as is heaven. And so we are believing God to intervene and protect his people during this time, and all of the workers that are serving. So you guys have a great night, and we will see you very soon. Look for the schedule that's coming out on Sunday, and I'll tell you what's going on next week. See ya, see ya, see ya.
Bye, guys.